Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification. We are done with all the tutorials on Chapter 4, that is Testing Quality Characteristics. And as a part of today's tutorial, we'll be picking up some sample questions from this particular chapter and trying to solve them to understand what could be the best approach to get to the right answer. Well, to quickly break it up, the very first question we are talking about is related to a correctness testing of functionality. Of course, we do remember a few of the things, but let's read the question first. Number one, you are testing the following user story for an e-shop application. As a required registered customer, I want to filter for a specific category of items so that I don't have to browse through the entire assortment of the store. Which of the following is an example of functional correctness testing for this user story? As usual, as I tell you, the best way to solve the questions in the examination is, of course, to pause after reading the question and go back and think about it, that what do you know about that particular subject? And the subject is very clear from this question. We are talking about functional correctness testing. And of course, we are talking about whatever you have implemented is working fine, working correctly or not, which can be related to accuracy, it could be related to relevancy, it can be related to the precision of whatever is implemented. However, the other two, also recall in your mind that the other two part of this is functional completeness and functional appropriateness. Try to create a difference in the mind so that you don't really have to think about any confusions hereafter. Okay. Now, given that you have cleared the context, you understand what the correctness is all about, we can go ahead and read the options. So the very first option here says verifying that the filtering mechanism lists those categories for which the shop offers items. Now that's a little tricky option, because if you talk about filtering mechanism which list those categories, but here the person is more interested into specific category of items. Now that would be something which will fall into the functional appropriateness, because it tests whether the categories listed are helpful for the user or not. So option A is certainly not talking about the correctness part, but more of like relevancy, which goes with the appropriateness. The option B says verifying that the filtering by a particular category shows items belonging to this and only this category, which is something very, appropriate enough for the correctness part. Because if I filter a category here, I want to see the products which are belonging only to this category, which can help you measure the correctness of the category altogether. However, let's cross-check with other options too. The option C says verifying that the category 3 is loaded correctly from a customer relationship management system. However, this option is not related to functional correctness. It is about interactions. If you see, it is talking about retrieving information from a customer relation management system and relates to interoperability testing compared to that of correctness testing. However, the option D says verifying that the filtering function is easy to learn. The word easy to learn itself is making it very clear. And further, if you add its GUI is simple and aesthetics are pleasing, it's completely taking you towards the usability part of it, which certainly doesn't talk about the functional correctness. So functional testing only has 3 attributes, that is correctness, completeness, and appropriateness. However, the other things were covered in a different segment. And that is where there are 2 different quality characteristics, not the same. So when you have this answer or this kind of justification in your mind, there is highly less chances of going wrong. So that's where you can conclude with the right answer to this particular question as B. That is verifying that filtering by a particular category shows items belonging to this and only this category is certainly an example of functional correctness testing for this particular story. So following this particular approach, it would be very easy and simple and straightforward to conclude with the answer and avoiding the confusions which are very common during such examinations. Let's move on to the next question, and the next question we have is number 2. And here we are talking about which of the following activities can a test analyst use to best contribute in adaptability testing of a cloud-based web application. Now, as usual, just now we discussed that when we talk about the context, the subject is very much written in the question. Start exploring in your mind. Take a pause there. Ask yourself, what do you know about adaptability testing? What did you cover there? So when we speak about adaptability, it was a part the flexibility testing, and we discussed about what is adaptability there in detail. And keeping that in mind is like something which is going to fit with other environments or target intended environments, and that is where we are interested to understand about the cloud-based web application. Now let's read the option here. Option A says, evaluating the extent to which the user with disabilities can adapt to the application's usage scenario. I think that's not something which we need to talk about or we need to discuss as well, because disability of the user is certainly not related to adaptability. It goes into accessibility, and that's not something which is covered as a part of adaptability. Option B says designing tests covering the data exchange between the web clients and the cloud server component. Again, the data exchange word is inviting you to talk about the system integration testing, which is related to interoperability, but not related to adaptability. So there are a lot of sub-quality characteristics, team, and you need to keep in mind how they are different from each other. For example, we are talking about interoperability, we are talking about coexistence, we are talking about installability, adaptability, usability. So we need to keep a distinct definition in mind for all these things so that we can come to the conclusion quickly. So option B is talking about interoperability, whereas option C says analyzing operational profiles and describing the expected number of concurrent users of the application, which again is certainly not the one, because that is what we discussed in the load testing and scalability testing of a system. Because we're talking about operational profiles and how many low users it can handle. So of course, that does not come as a part of adaptability, but goes in line with performance testing, which is scalability testing. Then we are left with the last option, that is D, designing tests that evaluate whether the server components can be transferred to various cloud service platforms. Now, when we talk about transferred, do not think about interoperability. It is more about putting that into the respective target environments or intended target environments, which goes in line with the definition of adaptability. So, of course, to further deep dive here, when we talk about adaptability, it includes adaptation to various cloud service platforms. Or when we talk about test analysts, they should support adaptability testing by identifying the intended target environments and certainly making sure that they have designed the test that cover combinations of these environments. And that basically puts it together that the right answer to this particular question is D, that is designing tests that evaluate whether the server components can be transferred to various cloud service platforms or not, and which perfectly matches the question. So the questions from this particular chapter will be very straightforward, and being very straightforward, it is very important that you remember a very distinct difference between the various quality characteristics. Going wrong with that certainly will lead to the wrong answer as well, and that is where you need to be careful. So that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.